You've heard of decoupage ornaments, but have you heard of Decoupage Menorah? If you're new here, my name is Jessie Katz Greenberg. I am a crafting expert and instructor, and today I'm going to guide you through napkin decoupage over glass bottles so you can create your very own custom upcycled menorah. If you're looking for more craft tutorials and seasonal project ideas, be sure to subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos, and you can find me on all other social media platforms at Jessie Katz Greenberg. This menorah project is super beginner friendly. You can do it yourself, with your family, with a group of friends. So let's jump in and take a look at the supplies. You'll need 9 glass jars. I know if you're like me, you have a whole collection of empty glass jars for apparently no reason. This is the reason. They can be all different sizes, but you want to make sure that you have one jar that's taller than the others to be the center candle of your menorah. Next, you'll need paper, colorful printed napkins. They don't even have to be Hanukkah themed. 2 of mine are, but the rest are just colorful and fun. You could use one napkin design for all 9 jars or be extra like me and make each jar different. I'll list in the caption my favorite places to find these kinds of napkins. You'll also need scissors, Mod Podge. It can be any finish you'd like. I used matte. You'll also need a paintbrush and a paint palette or a cup to put your Mod Podge in. And you'll need battery operated tea lights. I'll list my favorite ones in the caption. And apologies if you hear my cat in the background. I just couldn't make her stop meowing for this voiceover. So Buffy the cat is part of this video right along with us. Your napkins are likely 2 or 3 ply, and we only want to work with the top printed layer. So at one corner, try and pry apart those layers. If it's difficult, just move to a different corner and try there. And then once you get them apart, you can just gently pull without ripping the top layer. This napkin happened to only have 2 ply, so it only has 1 sheet of white that we needed to peel off, but other napkins will have 2. This step ensures that our napkins are going to be nice and smooth on our jars, and also it'll keep our jars transparent so our battery operated tea lights can shine through. Fold back up your napkin and cut the edge just at the folded edges, so we're just getting those folds out of the way. This means now in my hand I have 4 separate sheets of printed napkin. Now you'll cut this stack of printed napkin into different sizes of squares and rectangles. This part is very forgiving. The size and shape does not really matter, and you might even end up cutting or ripping these down into smaller pieces as we work later on. I poured my Mod Podge into the center of my paint palette, but you could use it right from the jar or pour it into a cup. And then using your paintbrush, you will apply a thin layer of Mod Podge onto one section of your jar. Apply one of your strips or squares of napkin, and then apply a layer of Mod Podge on top. Now here I want my brush to be nice and wet with Mod Podge, but I don't want it to be too thick because then the napkin tends to get a bit too wet, too fragile, and it'll tear. Another thing you can do to reduce the tearing is just use gentle pressure when you're applying the Mod Podge on top of the napkin. You're going to get some creases and folds, especially around the round parts of your jar at the bottom and towards the top, and that's just part of this project. You can just let those creases happen. Notice how when I started, I'm holding the top of the jar in my hand and I'm only applying napkin to the bottom half of the jar. We're going to do each jar in 2 stages. So you'll Mod Podge just the bottom half of your jar. We're going to let that dry and then we'll come back and Mod Podge the top half. All right, friends, now Spike the cat has joined Buffy and they're playing with a spring. I just need to let him get it out. So again, we're going to have a little bit of cat noise in the background here. Just like you saw me do, if you have a small piece of the jar poking through, you can always tear a smaller piece of napkin to cover it up. You'll also see that I'm letting the napkins kind of drift over to the bottom of the jar, but you don't have to cover the entirety of the bottom of the jar. So once your jar is looking like this and that top doesn't have any Mod Podge on it, you can set it down to let it dry and we'll move on to one of our other jars. So you're going to continue this process over all 9 of your jars. So you have your 4 jars on either side and then you have your center jar. Again, on all of them, you're keeping that top part of the jar nice and dry and just Mod Podging the bottom for now. If you have napkins that have a specific motif on them, like my menorah here, don't worry too much about them all having to face right side up. It looks really nice when some are sideways, some are upside down, some are right side up, and it just looks randomized as it's decoupaged across your jar. And again, you could stick to just one napkin pattern for all of your jars or stick with a specific color palette, but I like a lot of bright colors for Hanukkah, so I just went into my napkin stash, took out anything that caught my eye, and used a different one for each jar. You could even do the same project with tissue paper. So it's a great idea to keep in mind as everyone is unwrapping gifts this holiday season to save that tissue paper and use it for this project next year. And if you're on the hunt for napkins, this year my favorite places to get napkins are Goodwill or the thrift store. I also love Home Goods, TJ Maxx, and Michaels. Once your jars are dry to the touch, enough where they are not tacky at all, for me it took a couple of hours, you can go ahead and decoupage the top half. Same method, apply a thin layer of Mod Podge, add your napkin on top, and then some more Mod Podge on top of your napkin. When you get to the top of the jar that has the ridges from where the cap screws on, I like to use a little bit more Mod Podge here than I would everywhere else. It just helps for the napkin to be a bit more saturated to really get it to fall into all of those creases. You'll want to be very gentle here again so as to avoid tearing your napkin. Just use gentle pressure with your brush alongside of those ridges and you'll get your napkin to fall in nicely. I also like to make sure that the napkin covers the entire top of the jar. So I usually have my napkin fold over into the inside of the jar, just at least a quarter of an inch. And if it goes in further, that's okay too. And again, using a bit extra Mod Podge along those ridges or these tough curves, just to make sure that the napkin lays flat against our jar. Or at least as flat as we can get it. Just like on the bottom, there's still going to be wrinkles and things, but we don't want any like air pockets between the napkin and the jar. Once the jar is totally covered, you can just make sure that everything is attached down smoothly with your Mod Podge and then set it aside to dry, this time setting it right side up since the bottom of our jar should be nice and dry from the first step. Go ahead and repeat this process for all 9 of your jars. So I'm not going to lie to you, it takes some time to decoupage all 9 jars, which is why I think this would be a fantastic project for the entire family to get involved with, or a group of roommates, or just do it even throughout the 8 nights of Hanukkah. Just decoupage 1 jar each night. Once you're done adorning each of your glass jars, the last step is to add a battery operated tea light. I especially love the ones with a timer. So, for example, I turn them on at 6 o'clock at night the first night, and then they stay on for 6 hours, and then they will automatically come on at 6 o'clock the next night. So that way I don't have to keep taking these tea lights in and out of these glass jars. I decided to arrange our glass jar decoupage menorah on the shelf right above our TV because let's be honest, this is where we're spending most of our cozy time in the holiday season. If you enjoyed this project, please drop a comment and let me know, or share your project on Instagram and TikTok, tagging me at Jessie Katz Greenberg. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along for more. Happy crafting!